Let's start with this fat frame from the brand Cubis. I'm not really sure about this brand. Is this a K? I don't know. But that's not the case. What I like to do with this frame is I like to give it a complete new color, covered with neon all over the frame. And maybe some of you know the brand Klein and their famous neon paint jobs. I bet some of you know Klein and go crazy right now when they hear that I will cover this carbon frame with such an original Klein paint job. And I know also that a few of you like to funk me up for doing this.
We're gonna funk you right on up. We're gonna funk you right on up. We're gonna funk you right on up. We're gonna funk you right on up.
What I can tell you is that also custom painters drive insane when they hear Klein. On one side it's hard to deal with these colors and these paint jobs, but on the other side it's harder to deal with hardcore Klein clients. So I took a soft client and a soft carbon frame to do this crazy paint job. But let's stop joking and let's start painting this frame. Let's check out the paint scheme. It's called Sunburst and contains two colors, a neon pink and a neon yellow, and also the black and white logo typing. And I will do exactly this logo typing on the carbon frame. Funky, funky. Okay, let's start. What I have to do is I have to remove some small parts like the seat post clamp and also the original stickers. And when all these things removed, I can change to the spray booth and show you some spray action. I have to remove all the original stickers and also the original paint job. I think this was flat, it's kind of glossy on the top tube, doesn't look good. And the prep work takes a while, I think 1 or 2 hours to remove all the original color. And when the prep work is finished, I will come back to you and show you how I spray on the light primer. Prepping such a frame is not very interesting, it's time consuming, and if I show you also how I remove the color, this video will last 1 or 2 hours longer, and that's not what you like to watch, believe me. I like to give you a short insight in the prep work, and as you can see I removed 95% of the original black paint job and found out that somebody used a white primer underneath this black paint job. I don't know why this is senseless to use this white primer when you do black. And if you want to do this yourself, I started at 1 o'clock and now it's 8 p.m. so you have a rough idea how long this can take. I have some spots on the bottom bracket and also on the head tube I have to remove. They are hard to reach and hard to sand. And when all this color is removed, I can start to primer the frame. And we are in the booth, the fork and frame already prepped. What I have to do is I have to wipe off the dust from these parts. I also have to close the bearing hose, the hose for the bottle cages and the brake mount. Then I can mix the primer, load my gun and give this frame its new paint job. I get a lot of requests about these Klein colors and how I mix them. So I decided to show you all the ingredients needed and how I produce such a bright color. But at first I have to put on some protection stuff such as rubber gloves and my safety goggles. Okay, I'm ready. Let's start the mix. The first ingredient are 1001 powderized fireflies. And to powderize these fireflies I use my Gusini blender. The second ingredient is fresh grown mother's milk. I use 150 ml of this fresh mother's milk. The third and most important ingredient is virgin fairy pea. You need a virgin fairy pea because if it's not virgin like this one, the mix won't work. I will show you later on the difference between the non-virgin and the virgin one. And the last and also special ingredient is a butt hair from the Terminator. I got a present from Arnold Schwarzenegger. He sent me a little black box with his personal butt hair. Okay, let's start the mix and let's blend the fireflies. This is nasty. Okay. I hope they are dead. I'll put on a little wood stick and grab some of these dead, crushed and blended fireflies. I need only some of them and I will put them in the virgin fairy pea. Some more. And you can see we get a bright neon colored mix. I will put in some more because you can't get enough if you are a Klein enthusiast, and it should be very bright. Okay, now we become the glow. As I mentioned, you need the virgin fairy pea because if it's not virgin like this one, you get not a bright mix, you get only pea and some fireflies, but not a sprayable color. So I will show you the difference and I will put also some of these fireflies in this normal fairy pea, or maybe it's a pea from a Klein owner, I don't know. And as you can see, we have no mix. So be careful and choose the virgin fairy pea. As mentioned, I need also mother's milk to make this color sprayable and I can spray it through my gun. So I will put in this mother's milk. And what we also need are the butt hairs. I need only one of this butt hair, so I will open Arnold's box. This is a nice glow. I'll put one out, and as you can see, it's very special. Leave it in the color, and as you can see, it starts to glow. So let's change to the paint booth, load the gun, and start to spray a Klein frame. And we are back at the booth. A lot of you asked me which color I like to apply first, the yellow or the pink, and I have to tell you that I have no clue which color I like to apply first. But I have a great idea. Let's play head or tail and let's decide a coin which color comes first. I will take this coin, and if the coin says head, I will apply the yellow first, and if it shows the number, I will apply the pink first. Oh, we have to spray the yellow at first. So let's load the gun and let's start to paint this frame. I skipped how I sprayed the pink. As you can see, the fade is done. Also the pink color, but it's every day the same. I will link you another video where I did also such a fade paint job. And it's very simple. Go along all the tubes, up and down, take your time. And so you get this fade paint job. Turn the frame around as I did, so you can also spray underneath all these tubes. And then you get such a fade paint job. I like this as it is, and I'll let it dry an hour. Then I will apply another layer of coating, sand it, and then I will come back to you to show you some of the logo typing. We are nearly done, but there's one thing left to do. I have to add the logo typing to the frame. So it's time for Klein. If you are still watching, you must be a hardcore Klein fan or maybe a fan of my channel. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I like to show you how I add these Klein logos to the frame. But I will not only add these Klein logos, because this is not a Klein frame, it's a carbon frame, a fat bike. So I will add a special logo to the top tube, and I will call this frame the Fattitude. So let's begin and let's add these logos to the frame. I prepared these stencils, and what I also need are some tape rolls, pair of scissors, cutting knife, and a little spray gun. I will use this little spray gun. I like the spray gun because the trigger is underneath the gun, not on top, so it's like a big one. And very easy to handle if you have to add only one color. So I will start with the Klein logo, cut it into pieces. Add some more masking tape to the top. Maybe you have seen this in other videos. It's to transfer the lettering, because now you have only the lettering. This is easy, but if you have an O or an A with an inner form, you get only the out form, not the inner form. So I use this tape, put it on my stencil, and I can transfer all the forms in one step. But before I can stick on this stencil, I have to mask some area on the frame. We have a left side, or in this case the right side and the left side. And to do it on both sides in the same height, I stick on the stripe of my masking tape, and then I can add the logos in the same height on both sides on the frame. So let's stick on this Klein logo typing on the down tube. Take your time, get it straight, and it looks good. Now you can remove the first layer of the masking tape. And you are done. I will add some more logos to the frame, but I prepared the fork so we can start spraying, because this takes some time and I don't want to stretch this video. So let's start spraying. As you can see, I added some of the masking tape around this logo to avoid overspray. I filled some white in my gun, and now I can start to spray a white layer. Okay, maybe you have seen this very often in my other videos, so I will do a time switch to the black layer. I will add the white layer to the frame, and when I'm ready I will come back to you and show you some of the black lettering. I'm back and I'm spraying the black logo typing. As you can see, I masked the frame and also the fork in the same way I masked the white logos. But they are a bit smaller, 1 mm smaller, so I get the white outline around the lettering. Let's find out if it worked. I will demask the fork, and so we can check if we have a nice lettering on the fork legs. And here it comes, the black logo with the white outline. I have to do the same on the frame, demask the frame, then I can add some more clear coat and I'm ready with this paint job. And here we are with a ready finished and polished frame, but there's one small step I have to do before I can put the frame in a box and send it to its customer. I have to mount the seat post clamp, some smaller parts, and also the brake lines I had removed before I started the paint job. And I like to show you a nice tip to dismount and mount such brake lines if you have no inner tubing in such a frame, because it can be a huge pain in the ass if you have no guideline, no inner tubing to mount such a brake line. Maybe you have seen that I had mounted such a small welding wire through all the painting process, and this welding wire makes it easy to dismount and mount again such a hydraulic or any other brake line. What you have to do is you have to put this small welding wire direct into the brake line, in the hole of the brake line, pull it through the complete line until it sticks out at the end of the frame. And if you want to dismount the brake line, you can hold the welding wire and pull out the complete brake line in one step. And if you want to mount the brake line again, you have to do the same in reverse. You have to put this welding wire into the brake line or the brake line over the welding wire on the end of the frame, as you can see here. Put it in the frame, and then you can pull out the welding wire with the brake line through all the holes of the frame. And I like to show you how easy this technique works and how easy you can mount such a brake line. And here we are. It takes 10 seconds to mount a complete brake line through the frame because you have this guide, and the welding wire is very small, and it's no problem to paint such a frame when you have a small crimp of welding wire at the end of such a hole. And that's it. I have to remove the welding wire and then I'm ready with my paint job. Thanks for watching my videos. Please check out also my other cycle painting videos if you are interested in cycle painting. Leave a comment. Thanks for watching and see you soon.